Okay, I'm going to do a quick clip that I'm going to put at the beginning of each shadow work for each sign because I don't want to have to repeat the purpose of the reading. So I'm going to share the dream that my daughter had that made me want to share shadow work with people. I started back in December, but I stopped. So my daughter had a dream that she was in a field. She's an Aquarius. She's 13. She was in a field. There were a whole lot of creatures, small creatures. They were stuck where they were, and they were begging her to feed them. So the names of the creatures that she remembered were sloth, envy, and pride. She didn't remember the other names of other creatures, but she knew there were other ones. So they were asking her to go pick the berries off the trees and bring them back and feed them to them, because they couldn't move and they were hungry. So she went and did it. She did it. She kept doing it. The more she did it, the more they grew. And then eventually her dream ended with her running away from them so they could move. She actually gave them the power to move. I explained it all to her, explained to her all the deadly sins, because from what she named, I'm guessing the rest of them were named after the deadly sins, because the three that she remembered were deadly sins. So whether you believe in the Bible or not, whether you know the history of the Bible or not, there are some truths in it. You just have to, break it down, which I'm not about to do here. I feel like my channel is for people who like to search for the truth, not people who like to be spoon fed every little thing. But she said, as I explained to her, pretty much, they need you to feed them. So if you're not aware of what you're feeding, then you're gonna do it unknowingly or just because you feel the urge to. Like she said, they were hungry and asking her to feed them, and then their goal was to destroy her at the end of the dream. So hopefully that makes sense for the people who get it. And I'm just going to get into the shadow work now. What's up, Sagittarius? I'm about to do your shadow work reading. It's pretty much a no toxic positivity zone reading. So most likely people might not like what comes out, but it's for a group of Sagittarius who want to look at their shadow, toxic patterns, or influences, shit that only you can change in your life. So I'm going to start with the oracle cards. I'm not going to read the message from the oracle cards until the end of the reading. So the card out is Calling the Storm. Y'all be provoking people. Calling the Storm. Could represent wrath. Definitely reminds me of wrath. Adaptability. That's coming out as your advice. At the bottom is the cosmic womb. So it could be something related to parenthood. That's going to be in the advice or in the reading in general. But yeah, calling the storm for me feels like you say hurtful things or do hurtful things that make a person or people feel cut down or like really hate you or really would love to see something bad happen to you because of something that you said or did that made them feel low. A lot of y'all just have a really hurtful tongue. Like, you know how to hurt people with your words, and sometimes, a lot of times, you know what you're doing. I feel like sometimes you don't know you're being blunt and harsh, but a lot of times you do. Yeah. Yep. But the Five of Swords is representing your shadow from the tarot. So this is wrath. Like, it's an anger thing. I just said your tongue. Look at that. Okay, my bad, y'all. I paused. So let's see what comes out for the Sagittarius. I got the Three of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Cups. So I feel like it's situations where in the moment you feel like if you express yourself, if you say some things that are hurtful, or sometimes even if you respond to something in a way where you're feeling like you're defending yourself, you end up hurting yourself. Like you say hurtful things to a person or people, and then you end up hurting yourself, or it ends up being a break or disconnect in the connections, and that's hurtful to you. Like you say things that is no coming back from, and then you're hurt that is no coming back from it. But you know, if the person said it to you, it would be no coming back from it. So that's what it's looking like. I feel like you're impulsive in a way when it comes to your wrath. That's why the Ace of Wands is that you get triggered easily. Like you relive traumatic situations in the past. You take things out on a person or people that had nothing to do with them. The Ten of Cups came out for a suggestion for how to control it. I feel like it's telling you to be a lot more lighthearted and compassionate when it comes to a person or people in general. I see this community of people. They're pretty much like at a cookout. They're all contributing. I feel like it's telling you to be more compassionate. It's kind of like a simple treat people the way you want to be treated, or it really, even in situations where you don't feel like a person deserves for you not to say something fucked up to them, do it anyway, because it fills you up. Like obviously the Five of Swords energy, like cutting people down and cutting people off, for some of y'all is to get them before they get me type of mentality. It's not making you happy. It's making you feel drained, hurt, or depleted, or look back like, maybe if I didn't say that, it wouldn't be like this, or regretting it, or missing a person anyway. So I feel like it's definitely telling you to find to look for the joy or a peaceful resolution in situations, as opposed to, I'm gonna get that bitch because they tried it, or I know they don't think they're gonna get away with that, or do this bitch think I'm stupid, or I don't know, whatever. Whatever you do to make me feel like you gotta defend somebody or get somebody before they get you, pretty much. And I'm starting to relate because I'm a double Sagittarius. I'm gonna have to pause this because it's about to die. Alright, so let's see. How does this energy affect other people? What is the cause of it? And any more suggestions for Sagittarius, please? I got one over there. Can I get two more? Oh my gosh. I didn't mean to hit it. Okay, it affects other people in this Nine of Wands energy. It makes people feel like they have to have their guard up around you, and they're not safe around you because you goes the fuck off. Like, or either you cut them off so quickly that they feel like you're untrustworthy, you don't stick around, you're never going to be loyal, dependable. Look at this person. This is how it affects another person or other people, your behavior, or your wrath. It affects other people where they feel like they have to defend themselves. It could make people want to do something to you. That's not funny. It makes people feel like they have to defend themselves when it comes to you, or have their guard up around you all the time. The root cause is the Queen of Knives. So I feel like you're highly intelligent. I feel like you've been put in a situation in the past where you may have had the rug ripped up from you in your life in general. I'm looking at all three of these now with the Nine of Sticks, the Mother of Knives, and the Four of Sticks. Maybe like an unstable childhood or unstable parental figure. Or maybe as an adult you were in a situation or situations where you feel like you were building something or successful at something, and a person or people close to you like ripped your foundation away from you or whatever. So I feel like that's your trigger with the Mother of Sticks. The Mother of Knives coming out over the Ace of Sticks. I'm just talking about triggers with the Ace of Sticks. So I feel like the root cause is you not wanting to lose. Like you making a decision that you're not going to lose again, or be put in a situation by somebody else again. That's that get them before they get me type of thing again. But with the 4 of Sticks here, coming out as extra suggestions, is really talking about to focus on your foundation. It's for a lot of y'all telling you to get out into nature more. Could be suggesting you doing some gardening. I know like the world is kind of crazy, so like if you don't go out much, it's definitely telling you to at least bring some fresh flowers, fresh plants into your house. I feel it will help ground you with the 4 of Wands being here. So I'm about to read the messages from the books. Alright, y'all, the phone died, so I'm just about to read the messages from the oracle and the reading. So I'm starting with Calling the Storm. So it's describing the card first. A shaman woman wears an antler hat, dressed in crimson and brown, and holds her crow-headed staff to the storm. Autumn leaves spiral out of control around her as the whirlwind shakes the world. It's funny you say autumn leaves because I thought I was born in the winter. My birthday is 12/12, but come to find out that's still the autumn. So that's funny that it came out for Sagittarius and they're talking about autumn leaves, but okay. Pull and release, push the limit. The eye is the only peaceful place that can be. There's a time to find and release our power, like the spring that had been compressed to the point that it lost its memory of motion and movement. Yet there is power inside of it. Finding it is called empowerment. It starts from the belief in our power and our ability to cope, to fight, to endure, to overcome a challenge. However, too often we are encouraged to see empowerment as something that happens only within. In our psychological space, we are not necessarily islands. We can borrow the power of the world around us, the context, the environment, the expectations. We do not control the storm, we just call it. To call the storm, we need to not fear it, and this is what will make us strong. After the storm, there is always sun. So if the sky has been gray for too long, it's time not to fear the storm, but to embrace it. It will grow up and devour our chains and our jailers, and it will hurt us as well. But it will be healthier. It will be healthier than just staring at the chilly rain. We can restart only after we let ourselves in. So it might be a fear of some type of change. For that to be the last line, and then it's going into Woodwives adaptability, which is clearly about change. I don't know what's going on with my speech. Number 64, which is number 10, about endings. Alright, it says adaptability, strong roots, growth. The Woodwives dance into your dreams as a reminder to be grounded no matter what life offers you. You need to know who you are, what you'll tolerate, what you've learned to date, and what and what boundaries to set so you feel good about yourself. Life is going to offer you something extraordinary now, and in order to learn and receive its blessings, you must remember that being grounded gives you more freedom, not less. You have everything you need. You have all that it takes to do this right now. If you also keep reminding yourself to be flexible, you will be amazed by how well things play out for you. That ties right into the reading, like, so most likely it's a person or opportunity coming towards you that is telling you not to fuck up, okay? The Woodwives are both wisdom keepers and students of the new world, as these forest spirits have an uncanny ability to adapt to changing circumstances and always find the perfect way to grow and expand. This represents what you already know how to do. Learn, be in beginner's mind, let go of the rigid notions of how things should be, and be present in what is right now. Unencumbered by your projections. Is there a storm brewing because things need to change? No worries, nothing can uproot you now, and it will pass, and you will dance with nature and move with it all. Perhaps you've been given an opportunity oh my gosh, what the fuck? Okay, perhaps you've been given an opportunity to take a chance on something new, and you're not sure how far you can go without losing your footing. Have no fear, for when you remember your roots, your integrity, your authentic self, you can stretch yourself beyond the inevitable line. Oh no. You can stretch yourself beyond the invisible line. You drew. Go for it. You will be so glad you did. So, Sagittarius, hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Got something from this reading. Thanks for watching. Peace.